Good morning. How's everybody doing? Just woke up, had a little breakfast, and I mean, there's just a lot of crazy stuff going on with AMC, man. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. So I like the title of this video, AMC MOASS or ass. We have to figure out which one it is now. That's the thing. And, I've been having a challenging time. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been having a challenging time with AMC lately because there's just so many theories. There's so many speculations. But unfortunately, it's kind of like when you put all the conspiracy theories to rest, the reality keeps staring you in the face. That's the thing. The reality keeps staring you in the face. And I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to be positive. I'm saying to myself, maybe we'll get a run. You got people like John Wick Sippin even saying, John Wick Sippin, that AMC is going to go to $141 a share. You know what I think John Wick Sippin does, to be honest with you? I think he looks for the hottest trends. Okay. So what happened was Ants Trades came onto the scene and he became like an instant AMC star. He really did. Like he became really, really popular very quickly. Ants Trades. And one of the things that really helped that happen was his prediction that AMC was going to go to $140 a share. So what I think that John Wick Snippet does, okay, is that he sees this and he says, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to say AMC. But he went one better. Instead of saying AMC is going to go to $140 a share, he said AMC is going to go to $141 a share. He added that extra buck to give himself that, strategic advantage. But AMC is under $5 a share. That's the reality. That's the reality. Lou, look, his fans, they're just going to keep giving Lou credit. They're always going to worship Lou. There's nothing you could do about that. But the fact remains is that Lou used to have over 80,000 subscribers. Lou used to get in over 1 million views a week. So I know that his fans doesn't want to accept it, but Lou's not doing too well. Now, unlike me, okay, and unlike you, Lou needs that YouTube ad revenue. He really does. I believe that the YouTube ad revenue is like Lou's life. So I just don't really, still to this day, I want you to know, I don't understand what happened with Lou. I still to this day am very, very utterly confused. Why would he shut down a channel that had the same exact name? Only, right, to open a new channel with the same exact name. The only difference now is his new channel has what? I don't even know. 74,000 less subscribers. And his views went from like 1 million a week to I don't know how much. 100,000 maybe a week if he's lucky. So I don't know. I don't really get the strategy. Like I said, the only thing that makes any sense to me is that YouTube, and I'm going to say it's alleged. YouTube kicked Lou off of YouTube. He just YouTube shut him down. So what he had to do, because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why would someone delete 73 million views? Why would someone delete all of his videos? Why would someone get rid of over 80,000 subscribers only to start this? Like I said, at first I understood the strategy. You know what I thought? I said to myself, maybe it's because, he did do a lot of lying. You know what I mean? The guy was saying he had secret connections. The guy was saying that corrupt banks were offering him more money than he was going to make on the MOASS. He claims he made millions and millions of dollars on all these different plays. So I kind of understood. I'm like, maybe just for legality reasons, he wanted to shut it down. But the thing is, he's doing all the same shit. It's like he's not changing. At first, he changed. Remember, it was behind the streets, and he was kind of doing like a James Earl Jones. He was doing like a Morgan Freeman, where he did like the voice, like he wasn't showing his face. He was doing like the voiceovers. You see Wall Street, you see Las Vegas. So at first, I was like, okay, I see where he's going with this. He's not going to show his face. He's going to do these like, theatrical videos. And I understood it. But I guess what happened was because for the longest time, you couldn't get over 1,000 subscribers doing this. So nobody could find him. It was called Behind the Streets. He wasn't getting, he was really virtually getting no views. So he must have just caved in. He must have caved in and said, I got to go back to my original channel name. Postman Food Reviews. I don't like Lou, bro. He's been sketchy from day one because they were paid, maybe, or like you said, the lion. Listen, I agree with you 100%. There's just something not right about Lou. But the thing, like I said, just getting back to my point, why would a person delete? I really want you, let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question? Okay. If you were making $400,000 a year on YouTube, I want you to put yourself in this position because that's what Lou was making. Okay. Why would he delete over 80,000 subscribers, 73 million views, only to start the same exact channel, right? The same name, same vibe, same concept, but now you only got about 6,000 subscribers. You only get 100,000 views a week versus over 1 million. Like I said, the only thing I could think of that makes any sense is that Lou got vaporized from YouTube. YouTube must have shut him down. Now, this is the thing. I don't know if you know. Once YouTube shuts your channel down, you're not allowed to open another channel. Definitely not with the same name. But you see, Lou, as what we all know, Lou is a conniver. Lou is a hustler. So what he did, which was brilliant, and I don't know if none of you caught this, right? If you look at Lou's YouTube channel link, it doesn't say his original channel name. His channel link says Behind the Streets. But on the title, it's the original YouTube channel name. So let me tell you why that's actually brilliant. It's a way, and I'm going to say it's alleged, but it's a way of hiding from maybe YouTube, because what he's doing is YouTube tracks the link. So when YouTube sees the link of his video, the link of his YouTube channel, it says Behind the Streets. So in other words, there's no mention of his name. There's no connection. But then the title of his channel is the one that everybody knows. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I mean, I really don't care. It's just that I hate to see this guy back on the scene. I hate to see this guy doing the same exact thing that he was doing before. Of course he went back to AMC. This is the same guy who said he wouldn't step foot at AMC. Adam already called him popcorn. He said the company had a terrible business model. He destroyed AMC, destroyed Ape. And now all of a sudden he's like the biggest cheerleader. He's once again, he's Uncle Louie again. You know why he's Uncle Louie? Because he's trying to get back that ad revenue. It's the same thing with John Wick snippet. It's the same exact thing. They're all trying to jump on the bandwagon. As far as the Apefather is concerned, I've always been true blue AMC, okay? But there's just stuff that's been going on with AMC that you have to be either blind, deaf, or dumb to not see, everybody always fights me, man. It's like People simply don't understand that I just want the best. Listen to me. I want the best for all of us. That's it. I want all of us to get life-changing wealth. I want all of us to be super healthy, successful. I only want the best for all of us. And the thing though is it's like, hey, I'll give you an analogy. I'll give you an analogy. I'm a musician. I'm a piano player, right? Okay. So I like to play all styles of music, jazz, rock and roll, classic rock, Billy Joel, Elton John, Bruce Hornsby. I mean, I look Sting. So the thing is, I used to play with a buddy of mine in Brooklyn. He was a drummer. His name was Joe. Okay, Joey from Brooklyn. Joey loved only jazz. Now, don't get me wrong. I love jazz music. I love jazz music. But he couldn't play anything else. Like he didn't want. So if I would say to him, "Come on, let's jam out on Angry Young Man by Billy Joel," he wouldn't want to do it. I'm like, let's do whatever it is. Let's do Saturday Nights All Right for Fighting Elton John. He wouldn't want to do it. He only wanted to play jazz. So we call it the Jazz Monkey. Okay. So now you're probably like, what the F are you talking about? There's a relevance to AMC. Let me arrive at my point. Okay. So the thing is, he had what's called the Jazz Monkey. He couldn't play anything else. He didn't want to play anything else except jazz. So I think that's what's happening a lot with a lot of retail investors, what's happening with AMC investors. They have what's called the AMC Monkey. Okay. So what now you might say, what is the AMC Monkey? The AMC Monkey is when you are completely delusional. You're just not seeing the reality in your face. The reality is staring you in your face, but you're wearing blindfolds. You're closing your eyes to it. You're turning your head. In other words, you don't want to see the reality. It's like that movie, See No Evil, Hear No Evil. Remember that movie with Richard Pryor, was like Gene Wilder. One of them were deaf, one of them were blind, right? I think that's what's happening with the AMC investors. It's like some of them are deaf, some of them are blind, some of them are both. Because it's like if you can't see what's going on, there's something wrong. So you don't think I want to be the cheerleader? You don't think I want to keep saying AMC to Pluto? I love this shit, man. I wrote the AMC to Pluto song. I love it. I want to be the cheerleader. I want to pump all of you up, but I see that it's like I see a problem. I see a problem, and I know if this problem will not be rectified, and I know if this problem will not be fixed, that we can't go. Like I really honestly don't see any way to victory unless we freaking fire Adam Aaron. We fired the board of directors. We got to get rid of these people. And if we can't get rid of these people, the next best thing is that we have to have some sort of an entity. We have to have something that controls the majority of AMC. In other words, like they own this entity would own 51%. Now, a lot of people sometimes ask me about this. They say, but Apefather, I have no money. I'm like, but you have AMC shares, right? They're like, yeah. So the difference would only be instead of having your AMC shares, listen to me, on a platform like on Robinhood or whatever it is that you're currently in, you would have your shares in an equity, not an equity, excuse me, in an entity. So, in other words, the entity would go into the open market, buy your shares, and they're still yours. So, any appreciation that happens, it would still be, it's like there's no difference. It's still your money. Now, you might say, but I don't understand. Why would I not want to keep my money? Why would I not want to keep my money in Robinhood? And why would I want to keep my money in an entity? It's very, very simple. Because right now, everything is what's called hearsay. Listen to me. It's called hearsay. Adam Barrett is claiming that we own 90% of AMC. This is what he's claiming, right? Adam Barrett is claiming that we own the majority of the float. How do we know it's true? We don't, you see, you know what I don't like about what's going on with AMC is there's all this mysteries, there's all these question marks, right? It's like we can't confirm anything. So now there's this 10-for-1 reverse stock split that's coming up on March 14th. Everyone, at least that I'm speaking to, wants to vote no. I mean, literally, I've been looking at Twitter, I've been looking all over social media. Everywhere I look, virtually every single AMC ape is saying, I'm going to vote no. Yet, this thing is going to wind up passing yes. So you might ask yourself this question, right? How come if we're all all of us unanimously agree that we want to vote no, right, for the 10-for-1 reverse stock split, why is it still going to go through? Well, I'm going to answer that question. It's really very simple. You don't have to be Albert Einstein. You don't have to be Sigmund Freud. You don't have to be a rocket scientist, okay, to figure this out. Majority of the AMC investors don't even vote. Like, let me tell you a funny story. Let me tell you a funny story, right? I remember this was a long time ago, and I think I was at my son's school or something like that. It was just whatever, and they just asked this question, like, the parents were there. It was like a parent like teacher type of thing, and they got political. They said, "Who wants to vote for Hillary Clinton?" Right? I hope the whole place stood up. Like out of say 200 people, I would say about 190 people stood up screaming, "Yeah, I want to vote for Hillary Clinton." And I'm like, I mean, this is really bad. I'm like, this is crazy, right? Then they're like, "Who wants to vote for Donald Trump?" 10 people stood up. Yay. So I looked at my wife. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, out of 200 people, 190 people wants to vote for Hillary Clinton, and only 10 people want to vote for Donald Trump. We're in trouble here, right? Okay. Then they asked the third question. You're going to love this one. They said, who's actually registered to vote? And the 10 people who wanted to vote for Donald Trump stood up. So the 190 people that wanted to vote for Hillary they weren't even registered to vote. Okay. So now you might, once again, you might be like, what are you talking about? What's the relevance? The relevance is that most of these people that you're seeing all around the internet, it's either one of three things. Okay. It's either they're just bullshitting and they don't own AMC, or they do own AMC, but they're just not going to vote. Like 80 to 81% of the people are not going to vote. Or the third possibility is that Adam Aaron is lying to us, and we really don't own 90% of the float, and it's all a big gigantic lie. Because if all of it is true, there is no reason in the world this 10-for-1 reverse stock split should go through. I don't know. Let me read some of these comments. Everyone is against it, but it will probably go through. Haha. That's discourse. I plan to maximize the 10-for-1 stock split, which is the only way to make gains at AMC if purchased after the split. Maybe create the entity to aggregate shares after the split. What do you think, Apefather? And then the regulators say that the split's inevitable, load up on puts. See, this is another thing I noticed that everybody is saying. Everybody wants to go the Citadel way now. They want to become like hedge funds. The old expression is, if you can't beat them, join them, right? So if this 10-for-1 reverse stock split goes through, a lot of people want to buy puts. And if you really want me to be honest, and if you really want me to be transparent, I don't think that's a bad thing to do. Because there's a very high likelihood that they're going to short AMC to the oblivion, and you'll probably make a lot of money doing that. Again, I'm not giving financial advice, so don't listen to a single word I'm saying, because I'm just an entertainer. But this is what the problem is. You know what really eats me up is that the hedge funds keep winning. This is really what's eating me up inside. And maybe you don't give, maybe none of you care. I don't know what it is. But I just feel like Ken Griffin, okay, has a ticket to ride, that he can do whatever he effing wants. It's like he has like a monopoly. And someone's got to stop this piece of human trash. Someone's got to stop him because this dude is riding high on his friggin' horse like John Wayne, laughing at all of us, smoking a friggin' Cuban cigar, drinking Johnny Walker Blue. It's like he's laughing at us. And the reason why is because the only analogy I can give you, if you robbed a bank, I want you to think about this, okay? And you did not get in any legal trouble. Would you rob a bank again? Of course you would, right? So now if you rob the bank a second time and you got into no legal trouble, would you rob a bank a third time? Of course you would. And if you never got in trouble, you would just continue to rob the bank. That's what Ken Griffin is doing. Again, of course, I have to say it's alleged, but in other words, Ken Griffin is getting away with all of this stuff. He doesn't have to be transparent with his synthetic holdings. No one is asking him to show his synthetic holdings. Citadel Connect. The SEC is not requiring it. The DTCC is not requiring it. FINRA is not requiring it. The Department of Justice apparently is, I guess the investigation stopped. I don't know what happened. They said they were going to investigate everyone connected to Melvin. The thing is, he doesn't have to report it. So you know how the SEC keeps saying that they have zero tolerance? What do they keep saying? I have zero tolerance for naked shorting. But yet, they don't require Citadel Connect. They don't require any of these hedge funds to prove to them. I want you to think about this. If they are in fact doing naked shorting, if they are in fact using phantom shares or synthetic shares, it's the biggest joke of the century. It's the biggest joke. You know what it's like saying? You know what it's like saying? It's like, look, like imagine if I worked for like the FBI or some shit. I say to you, listen to me. You can't like whatever it is. Let's just say you can't deal drugs. I'm just whatever the case may be. You can't distribute. You can't go to Colombia like Pablo Escobar and bring and embezzle drugs into America. You got to go to jail. But like every time you do it, I like kind of turn my back. I put blinders on. So even though I'm saying you can't do it, I'm turning away. That's what Gary Gensler does. You understand? Gary Gensler looks the other way. He looks the other. He's giving a public like persona, listen to me, that he does enforce justice. He's giving a public persona that he cares about the retail investor and that he has our best interest at heart, but he's turning away from all of the corruption. He's not. It's like, I don't know. Now it's anyone's guess why he's doing that. Some people may assume he's getting paid off. Again, I have to say it's alleged. It could be anyone's guess. Let me Tommy's touch. I robbed the bank. Yeah. They need a split. I'm not sure what that means, but up early, I see. Yeah, I'm up early today. I'm just simply saying to you, what is the root of the problem? This is what I wish that there was a way that I could make all of you understand this. The root of the problem is that there is a circle of corruption that exists in Wall Street, and we are not in this circle. That's it. There is, in other words, let me try to make you understand this. We're like, you ever see the movie Dumb and Dumber? With Jim Carrey, right? Remember when he had the ant farm? Okay. We're like the ants. We're the ants. And Ken Griffin and Gary Gensler and all these other people that are in this circle of corruption, they're like the masters. They could do whatever they could step on us, they could crush us, they could drown us, they could get a gigantic pitcher of water and they could drown all the ants. It's like they could do whatever they want. Now, the thing is, a lot of people are trying to figure out a way to stop this, right? So let's talk about like the Marine, right? So the Marines whole thing is this: pay me a salary. Here's the Marine, okay? And he wants the salary from the AMC Apes. I will become activist number one. I will work full time for you. I will organize protests. I guess, start commercials, whatever he wants to do, banner ads. Pay me a six-figure salary. Now, again, I just want to reiterate: the money he wants to earn is from the apes, not from like anything else, not from sponsors or corporations or revenue of a corporation. He wants to earn money directly from the apes. Pay me a salary and I'll go to work. Now, there's two things wrong with this scenario. First, why is he making money directly from the apes? That's insanity. That's insanity, right? Here we're all down. We're all like, I mean, listen, I can't say we're all down. Maybe there are some people, I don't know, who are even or I don't know. I have no idea. Some people have some mad low cost averages. I'm down. Okay, let me just put it that way. A lot of everybody. Why would I consider paying this Baba Luke, the Marine, money? Why? For what purpose? So we could organize another protest with 75 people. So we could go on Charles Payne and make a complete jackass out of himself, not answering any questions. Like Charles Payne asked him, Charles Payne asked him a simple question. Ready? Why are you here? Did he mention naked shorting? No. Did he mention payment for order flow? No. Did he mention dark pools? No. Nothing. Nothing. Does he mention that synthetic shares do not have to be disclosed? He literally didn't mention nothing. But yet this dude wants to make a six-figure salary. He wants the apes to pay him, and he wants to crowd himself activist number one to represent retail, right? This guy's a lunatic. This guy, Dynamic Synergistics. Bro, let me tell you something, man. All you do is lie about me, man. You got to stop doing it. Bro, I'll tell you what. I'll challenge you any day to a debate. Listen, seriously. Provide proof of it. This guy just comes out and says all these effing things. What? All right, listen to me very carefully. Listen to me. I am the administrator of my father's will. So I think you might be getting something confused, okay, where you think I'm an heir or something, okay? Listen to me. I was the administrator. So here's the thing. Technically, I control, okay, the trust of my children. But what you don't understand, and I think this is where you're getting a little mixed up, okay, is that my children are the beneficiaries of the trust. This is what you don't understand. It was my father's wishes to take all of the money, put it into a trust for my children, when they turn 21 years of age. You keep going around social media saying that I'm somehow benefiting from my father's will. You're an effing liar. You're an effing liar, bro. And another thing, this is another thing that's going around the internet. People are saying that I went to court on January 27th. This is what they're saying. And I asked the judge for money from my children's trust account to buy a car. Obviously, this is not true. This is complete ludicrous, psychopathic Norman Bates slander, friggin' crazy shit. But this is what these haters do. It's like they keep lying and lying and lying. Like, all right, bro, I'll tell you what. Listen to me. Here's the situation. Listen to me. Here's the situation. Court documents don't lie. I'll tell you what, Dynamic Synergistics. If you could prove to me, are you ready, that I went to a court, okay, on January 27th. I'm not kidding. This is on the record, okay? If I went to court on January 27th, 2023, okay, and I requested money from my children's trust to purchase a car and used that money to purchase a car, I will give you $1 million. All right, it's on the record. It's on the record. Prove that to me. Show me a document. This is what I want you to do. I'm not even getting, are you all witnessing this? Dynamic Synergistics is about to become a millionaire. If you could prove to me that I went to a court, I need evidence. This can't just be your word, okay? This can't just be that we take your word. If you could prove that I went to a court On January 27, 2023, I requested money to buy a car from a judge. And if you could prove all of this, brother, within 3, 4 weeks, I write you a check for $1 million. That's it. Now, if you can't prove it, okay, you need to go F yourself. You need to take the biggest black dildo that you could find with no lubrication and shove it directly up your ass. That's what you need to do. Okay? That's what you need to do. You did make it. This guy's nuts. I don't even want. You know what? I hate this guy. I'm ignoring him. You're such a bro. I saw the comments. I saw the comments. And again, now another comment you made is that I am benefiting from my children's trust. It is not true. I am the administrator. Listen to me. My father may be the executor of the will. This is where maybe you're getting a little mixed up. I am the administrator. I am the executor. But the thing is, it was my father's wishes for assets to be transferred into a trust for my children. So I think what you're seeing, maybe because you're a loser and you have nothing else in your life to do than to do research on me, is you might be seeing that I was, in fact, okay, the surrogate. Listen to me. I was the surrogate. I was the administrator. I was the executor of the will. So maybe you're seeing this and you're making assumptions. This is what you need to do. You're making assumptions that I benefited. I didn't benefit. All I did was I had to carry out, according to the will, you understand, the wishes of my father, which is funds were transferred into a trust for my children. You're going around saying, all this guy does is lie. That's all he does. He's going around saying all this shit that I'm benefiting, I'm taking money, I'm this, I'm that. Go F yourself. Go F your whole family. Okay, do me a favor. Go F your ancestors. I can't stand this guy. I'm sorry. God forgive. You know what it is? People like this guy, I swear to you, I can't. I have a lot of patience in my life, but I don't have patience for people who lie. I don't have patience for liars. You want to come at me? Come at me with the truth. Okay, come at me, and I'll admit it. Like, see, as an example, if you came to me right now and you said to me, Apefather, you're down a large amount of money on AMC, hundreds and hundreds of thousands. I'm going to tell you what you're saying is accurate. I'm going to admit it to you. I'm going to man up to you because you're talking facts. Now, even though that breaks my heart that I'm down this money, even though it aggravates me, even though it drives me crazy, I can't dispute something that's true. But when you come at me with lies, like you have to see some. You know, there are people who actually still say my wife doesn't have cancer. There are psychopathic people. They said that my wife is making all of this up. It's this is what I'm saying. When you guys come at me with lies, when you come at me with lies, this concept that it is my mother's house. Listen to me. You could ask my mother directly. You could ask my mother directly. I only did this because my wife has a very serious medical condition. I don't want to get into personal family business. The house is in my mother's name for personal family reasons. I am power of attorney. I'm the one who put the down payment down on the house. I'm the one who pays the mortgage. I'm power of attorney. It's not my mother's house. It's my house. But once again, it's like you just keep doing this. You keep running with these narratives. None of them are real. None of them, it's all bullshit. But you just keep saying it and saying it and saying it. It just gets very tiresome. Dynamics synergistics does sound kind of shilly. Absolutely. Yeah, but they defense, you're not understanding something, and I'm trying to explain it to you. My wife has stage 4 breast cancer. Let me ask you a question, brother. Just between me and you. Between me and you, okay? If I love this guy, Vetted said, God bless. God bless you. If some and I don't wish this upon you. I want you to know, I hope that everyone in your family is healthy. I hope you're healthy. I do not wish bad health on anybody. Relax, Apefather. Blood pressure to Pluto. Thank you. God bless you, Venison. I don't wish anything upon you, Dane defense. But if someone in your family had a life-threatening, illness, you understand, and it required tremendous, tremendous amounts of money for surgery, for chemotherapy, for radiation, okay, you might have to organize your finances to protect assets. It's no different than it's estate planning. It's no different than anything. You understand? It's just like, here's an example. It's like my wife's father is starting to get to a point now where he has dementia. There are certain things that have to be done, which we're going through major problems. I don't want to even tell you what's going on with that, because this dude's got like a girlfriend who a little bit of a gold digger. Let's just leave it at that. We got our hands full with that one. But the point is that certain things have to be done. Okay, it's this is just called business. It's same thing with Donald Trump. Remember when Donald Trump had the casinos in the 90s and he put them into bank. He didn't claim personal bankruptcy, but he put his casinos in bankruptcy. It was a way for him to negotiate. It was a way for him because he owed a tremendous amount of money, and it was a business thing. People do this stuff. Listen, every single day in life, in the world of finance, in the world of business, people do things to protect themselves according to the law. That's it. You understand? And what you're trying to do is you're trying to take something that I'm doing to protect an asset, and you're trying to twist it and turn it into something that's simply not true. That's it. That's all you're trying to do, Dave Defense, is that you're trying to take something and make it like a laughing point. I get what you're doing. But here's what the bottom line is. My father and my mother 100%, okay, knew they were doing something to benefit my family, my wife, and their grandchildren. They know it's my house. I put the money down. I'm power of attorney. I'm the administrator. I'm the surrogate. I control the estate. I control everything. So any which way you want to twist it, Dave Defense, you could say any which way you want. The end result is my mother has no financial say over my house. My mother has no financial say over anything. I am full power of attorney. So that's it. You could go back and forth with this as much as you want. Thank you, Tommy Stutch. I love you, Tommy. But that's what the bottom line is. Easy. Define what an asset is. AMC has more liabilities than assets, and GameStop has more assets than liabilities. That is true. That is correct. You know what it is with AMC? Look, getting back, none of us got into AMC because of its fundamentals. This was never a fundamental, at least for me, it wasn't. This was never a fundamental play. The reason why we got into AMC is honestly, it was an assumption. It was an assumption that a very, very large amount of phantom shares, synthetic shares existed. Okay. That once, obviously, there would be a forced margin call or some kind of a major event in the world that would cripple the hedge funds and force them to close their positions, that we would have the mother of all short squeezes. I believe that's the main reason why everybody got into AMC. Now, don't get me wrong. I love movies. I think Hollywood is a powerhouse. And, according to Adam Aaron, in the year 2023, apparently, okay, there's going to be much 35% more movies are going to be produced. He's claiming it's going to help AMC recover. Let's see what happens with that. But the thing is, I don't think that any one of us got into AMC because of its fundamentals, right? Okay. But here's the thing I don't understand about the apes. Here's the thing I just don't get about all of you. If you know that the answer to the MOASS, right, relies on proving and exposing that phantom shares exist. You know this, correct? Right. That's the answer to the MOASS. Then why is that not your top priority? See, this is the thing I don't understand. And then you see people like Phil for real. I don't even think that guy cares about the MOASS. You know, Phil for real. I was talking about this earlier before, about people who are now just into AMC for fundamental purposes. Like Phil for real he's just become a fundamental investor of AMC. He only cares about the movies that are coming out. He doesn't care about anything else. I don't even think he cares about synthetics. I don't think he cares about anything else. He's interested in the next big blockbuster movie. And I don't know. I don't understand why it's not everyone's priority to break Adam Aaron's balls, to hire Share Intel, to hire Wes Christian. And you want to know something? He's the one who really has to pay for this because a lot of times the apes say, why can't we do it, Ape Father? Why can't we all just put together a GoFundMe page and raise 50,000? We'll do it by tomorrow. And let's hire Share Intel. What you're not understanding is that you need the access. You need a cooperating CEO. You need a cooperating board of directors. They're not just going to allow Share Intel to come in and do their work. It's not going to happen. So this is something, unfortunately, we can't do. We need the cooperation of Adam Aaron. Stinger hit. My AMC average is $7. I thought by now I'd be able to sell. Yeah, I understand, brother. XBIT, King of All Creation. I got into AMC as a swing trade, but it changed. Trey turned it into the MOASS after his interview with Adam Aaron, and that's when it went sour. You want to know, look, talking about Trey and talking about Mac Hawes is really going to go in a different direction right now. I never liked him. I never liked Trey. I never liked Mac Hawes. I always thought there was something very strange about those two guys. I always thought there was something strange that Adam Aaron seemed to always was interviewing with the two of them. It almost seemed like he hired him. You want me to say? I'll say it's alleged, but it almost seemed like he handpicked Trey and he handpicked Mac Hawes. You know what I mean? To maybe push a narrative or do something like that. No, I don't even think that they sold out. I think that they were chosen. I'm just giving you my own opinion because I always found it to be very, very odd how Adam Aaron was he always was interviewing with these two guys like Trey, Mac Hawes was with Melissa Lee, like they were always on Charles Payne and all. There was like this connection that just didn't make any sense to me. So I made a video about this a very long time ago, and I got a lot of heat for it. I said AMC is a scam. I made this video it's so funny. Everybody gives Lou credit. They say Lou was the first person to call out Adam Aaron. This is not true. I called out Adam Aaron way, way, way before Lou. You could just go to my video archives and you could see it for yourself. Now, when I said AMC is a scam, people misunderstood what I was saying. I was not talking about retail. I'm not talking about you. You're obviously not a scam. Like, we're real investors. We are all putting up our money. We are one united retail ape family. I am not talking about us. I hate it when people misunderstand me. I was talking about AMC being a scam, meaning Adam Aaron, meaning the AMC board of directors, meaning the AMC insiders. These are the people I was talking about that were making large comp packages, selling their AMC shares, putting on this happy face that everything is peaches and creams and roses when they probably knew what the future was going to happen. They knew what was going to happen. That's why, listen, it's really very simple logic. If Adam Aaron truly believed in the MOASS, why would he sell? Right? Would you sell? Why would he sell? Why would he sell in the 70s, in the 40s, in the 30s? Why would he sell $50 billion worth of AMC? He sold because he knew that this shit was going to the bottom of the ocean. That's why he sold it. That's why I called it a scam. But I wasn't referring to retail. I wasn't referring to see a lot of things. A lot of things that people misinterpret is that they thought when I said that. So they would say, so Apefather, you don't believe it's synthetics? No, I do believe it's synthetics. See, the problem is we have to prove it. See, this is what none of you got knows. You don't understand. Listen to me. We could be all of us could talk all day about phantom shares. All of us could talk all day about these like naked shorting that can be allegedly going on at AMC. If we cannot prove it, if we cannot prove it, then it all disappears. And this is specifically what I believe is the plan of Citadel and the plan of Ken Griffin. He wants AMC to go into bankruptcy. Now, at this point, I don't even think Adam Aaron would care if AMC went into bankruptcy. Would you care? He's already made his $50 million. The guy makes $20 million a year in a comp plan, like $19 to $20 million a year. He's made his money. His children are set up for life. He's set up for life. If AMC goes bankrupt, he'll say Arrivederci, ciao. He doesn't care about us. He's made his money. But the thing is, we're going to lose all of our money. I mean, you just look at 2022. Retail lost $350 billion, while Citadel made $16 billion. I just don't understand. It's like you all talk about facts, right? You all talk about facts. Here are the facts, okay? Retail has lost $350 billion in 2022. These are the facts. Citadel made $16 billion. The question you have to ask yourself is this: are we just the most unluckiest, dumbest, stupidest people on earth? And is Ken Griffin the smartest man on earth? Or is there something rotten in Denmark? This is what all of you have to ask yourself. Is something rotten in Denmark? And if something is rotten in Denmark, what are you prepared to do about it? Nothing? You still get these apes. Oh, all I want to do is buy and hold. We need buying pressure. It's like, you know what it is? It's like I think sometimes people are just retarded. No offense. Very, very stupid people. Very low IQ. Do you know that there are still people, as I was out making this live stream, they're still buying AMC on Robinhood. They're still buying. I'm telling you, I know you probably don't believe me. There are still people buying AMC on Webull. There are still people buying AMC on TD Ameritrade. There are still people buying AMC on E-Trade. And it's like you all don't understand that what Ken Griffin does is he takes all of these buy orders, he puts them into the dark pools, and he won't process it. It could be months before this dude processes these orders. It's like you just don't understand. And you know what drives me crazy with all of you? It's like you know all of this, but it's either you're too scared to go up against Ken Griffin, you're too scared to face Gary Gensler, and you're too scared to face Adam Aaron, or it's either that or you just want to lose. No offense. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe because if you want to lose, listen to me, there's a very simple process. Just sell all your friggin' shares and write a check out to Citadel. Let's assume you have $50,000 in your portfolio. Sell it, okay? Get a cashier's check and just make it payable to Ken Griffin. Make your cashier's check payable. This save yourself the effort of all the agony and the pain and of all the corruption going on Wall Street. I did this once. You want to know what I did? I was in a casino, right? And everybody, by the way, criticized me for this. I was in a casino is a very corrupt place. Very, very corrupt, rigged system. Casinos are rigged, right? Okay. So no matter what bet I would make, I would lose. It wouldn't make a difference. I bet red, black comes out. I bet black, red comes out. I bet I'm talking roulette, of course. I bet the second column, third column comes out. I bet the third column, first column comes out. I bet 1931 will come out, which is the number right next to it, or eight. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it just literally got to a point where I flipped out. I had $100 bill in my hand, right? I crumbled the $100 bill up like a ball, and I just threw it, and I hit this dealer off the head. Okay, and she went into complete shock. I mean, of course, it didn't hurt her. It was a piece of paper. It was $100 bill. So she looked at me like in shock. She's like, "Why did you just do that for?" I said, "That's your tip." I said, "That's your tip." I crumbled it up. I threw it. I hit her off the head. So she says to me, "I don't understand what you're saying." I said, "I want to save you the trouble." This is what I told her of taking that $100 bill. I want to save you the trouble of actually giving me chips to bet because all you're going to do is cheat. All you're going to do is take my damn money away from me. So I'm just speeding up the process. I told her, I'm speeding up the process. I said, take the freaking $100 and put it. And you want to know what? You could all call me a bad person. She kept that $100 as a tip. Let me read some of these comments. TD Ameritrade is not okay. TD Ameritrade is a payment for order flow platform. It is not okay. Do your effing due diligence. TD Ameritrade is not okay. It is controlled by Ken Griffin, your mama Luke. This is what I'm saying. Do you see the people I'm dealing with in this movement? Do you understand? I'm dealing with idiots. I'm dealing with people that are morons. This is why they call us dumb money. You know why they call us dumb money? Because it's either, I'm trying to figure, is it laziness that you just don't want to do any due diligence? Is that what it is? TD Ameritrade is a payment for order flow platform controlled by Ken Griffin. Anyway, Stinger hit. My wife was up by $5,000 Ethereum. Okay, you're talking cryptocurrencies. 2021. She did sell. I was telling her to cash out. Look, that's a whole different conversation, brother. I mean, look, that's cryptocurrencies is a whole different. That's like a whole different animal. I'm kind of trying to focus on AMC right now, but that's a whole different animal. I don't want to fight corruption. I just want a decent profit, and I'm out. See now, see this guy Blackjack. I like to call him what's called a crumb lover. Okay, you know what a crumb lover is? It's someone who goes into a bakery and you see these big delicious, cakes, chocolate cakes, cherry pies, apple pies, cannolis. But what Blackjack does is he licks the floor. The little residue, the leftover crumbs, he licks it. He's like, and he's very happy with that. He's very satisfied with that. And while you're licking those crumbs off the floor, okay, your mama Luke, Ken Griffin owns the whole bakery. You understand? Ken Griffin owns all the cakes, all the pastries. He's taken it all. He's taken everything. You understand? And you're settling. You know what it's like? Let me give you a scenario, and I'm not trying to be disgusting or anything like this. It's like Ken Griffin, goes, takes his pants down, right? And cuts a little bit of his pubic hairs off. And Blackjack runs to the floor and he's like, "Thank you. I'll take these pubic hairs. I'll take them." Okay. It's mentalities like yours that Wall Street will never change. The corruption will never end. And Ken Griffin will remain in power forever. It's because of people like this guy, Blackjack. That's it. That's it. You're, no offense, brother. You're a loser. You're a loser. And I don't even care. I don't even care if he gets mad at me. You're a loser, bro. And you know what's so sad about all of you people? You don't realize the power that you all have. You don't even, you know what it's like? You don't realize it. If we all were truly united, and if this was a movement, we are stronger than Citadel. You don't realize it. You just don't understand. You don't have the mental ability, the mental capacity to understand this. Some people say there are 4, 5 million, up to 10 million apes that are invested in AMC. Okay. I don't know. No one knows the true number, so don't ask me. I know people always another thing people break my balls. They're like, what's the true number? I don't know what the true number is, but I can tell you this: it's millions of people. And what you don't understand is, Dave. Let me ask you a question. What is the average net worth? Let's have a conversation about this. What is the average net worth of like like an average American? What would you say? About 400,000, right? 500,000. You want to go lower? 200. How about 250,000? How about that? Okay. How about we be very conservative? Okay. So if you have millions and millions of people, I want you to think about this, who have a net worth of anywhere between 250,000 to $500,000. We are probably 10 times bigger than Citadel, who's worth 50 billion. We're probably worth 500 billion. Okay. Really, if you do the math, depending, it could be 10 million people. So the thing is, what I'm trying to do, which is a very, very difficult thing to do because I'm dealing with probably some of the world's dumbest people. It's the truth. And that's why a part of me is giving up because you're all idiots. Okay. I'm trying to make you understand something. If we actually all work together, and if we actually came together and were united, we could take over the fucking world. You just don't understand this. You don't understand this. We could take over the world. We would be so powerful. We would be so strong that Ken Griffin will run away with his tail between his leg like the rat and the weasel that he is. Okay. You see, this is why, and no offense to all of you, you need somebody like me. This is the reason why, because no offense, none of you, it's either you don't have the intellect, you don't have the balls. I don't know what it is, but you're all settled. You're settling for crumbs. You settle for crumbs when you can have the whole bakery. It doesn't like let me give you want to hear an example of what I mean? Okay. Let's say you had a situation like this. Okay. Let's say we formed an entity. Now everybody thinks this is not realistic. It's the most realistic idea in the whole world. Okay? Let's say we hire a top-notch securities law firm. Okay, they incorporate an entity. Now, the purpose of this entity would be to transfer, okay, listen to me, the current AMC shares you have from the platform that you're using. So let's say you're on Robinhood or whatever it is, you're on Webull, you're on TD Ameritrade, you're on E-Trade. Let's whatever amount of AMC shares you have, you follow me, you're going to sell it, yes, okay, and then you're going to transfer it to this entity, which will now immediately rebuy. Like we don't have to do it all in one shot to cause a mass selling panic. You could do it a little bit at a time. So in other words, you're transferring the current shares into this entity. Now, so in other words, let me make you understand this. You still own your shares. Nothing has changed. If you own 5,000 AMC shares and it's transferred to this entity, you still own 5,000 shares. Nothing has changed. Okay. So if the stock appreciates, you make money. If the stock depreciates, you lose money. Nothing has changed. The only thing that's changing is that instead of having your money on a brokerage exchange, you have it through this entity, which will buy this stock on behalf of you. And the entity now can control over 51% of AMC. Now, you might say, I just don't understand. Why do you want to do this? Why does this make sense? Because it's called documented proof and documented facts. We would now have an entity that has actual factual proof that we, the retail investors, own the majority of AMC. We will have factual proof that cannot be disputed. We don't, in other words, now we don't need Adam Aaron to tell us who gots. We don't need Adam Aaron to tell us anything. You know what we can tell Adam Aaron? We have an entity. Let's pretend the entity is called Apefather and the Apes, okay, Incorporated. We have an entity that controls, let's just say 80%, 80% of AMC. So now let me explain to you what happens in that case. The entity could assign one person to represent the entity. One person, okay? Let's call that person me. I'm just, once again, we're talking for entertainment purposes only. I go March 14th. You understand? I go March 14th to Adam Aaron, to the board of directors for the meeting. I say, how you doing? I'm the Ape Father, right? I am here representing an entity that controls 80% of AMC. I show them all the documentation. Okay. I vote the 80% of the equities ownership no to the 10-for-1 reverse stock split. What all of you mamalukes don't understand is they will have to take that off the table. That's it. We would have the voting power. We will win. We will, let me repeat, we will win. That's it. They would have to take it off the table. Now I got more things for you. We could then use that same exact entity that has the 80% ownership, say the majority ownership of AMC, to do so many things you have no idea. You have no idea. We could say we want to hire Share Intel. They have to do it. They have to do it. We want to hire West Christian. They have to do it. Next thing you know, it's going to most likely turn into a situation where they're going to be running scared. Adam Air is going to be running scared. The AMC board of directors are going to be running scared because they know we're going to get closer to the truth. We're going to get closer to the truth of exposing the synthetics. And that, my brother and sister apes, is the answer to the MOASS. That's the answer to the MOASS. Because if you have undisputed evidence and undisputed proof, you can take that to Gary Gensler, and he's forced to listen. He has no choice now. See, Gary Gensler, look at what West Christian, look at what Share Intel just discovered. There were apparently 100 billion phantom shares in AMC. He has to react. Ultimately, now Adam Aaron runs the freaking Guatemala. He's scared. All the AMC directors run to Guatemala. Ken Griffin takes his plane, goes to Switzerland. We win. That's it. But you see, you're not. The problem is, I'm the only person who's thinking this way. All of you you're in like Disneyland. You're in Peter Panville. And unfortunately, you simply do not have the intellect. You simply do not have the mentality to win. You don't. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you the way it is. But it's not delusional, Uncle Sam. You're delusional. You're delusional. See, like if you read all of these comments, right? If you read all of these comments, it's all people that think small. Like here's an example: blackjack. I made 340,000. How about making trillions? Blackjack. Let me ask you a question. Ready? Would you prefer to make trillions or hundreds of thousands? Because if we expose, listen to me, if we expose the synthetics, you could take an AMC market cap of 2 to 3 billion and it could become 2 to 3 trillion. Okay. See, but once again, it's these idiots. You just have see. Let me explain to you something. Blackjack, $340,000 is bulls. Okay, number one. Okay, I have $340,000. Okay, right now that's just in a safe deposit box. That's COCK. Okay, you think too small, brother. You think too small. Okay, you think too small. Okay, and that's what the problem is with people. Bro, I'm not gonna have trillions of dollars if I stop eating Whoppers. Stop it. Stop being ridiculous. Stop being ridiculous, bro. That's just a stupid comment. It's a stupid comment. What do I spend at Burger King? $100? Yeah, so if I stopped eating Whoppers, I'm gonna be a trillionaire, sure. See, once again, it's like you get a guy like this guy, Stinger hit. Look, listen what he's saying. I think AMC definitely has the ability to reach $50. Stinger hit. AMC has the ability to reach $50,000. You all think too small. That you know what the problem is with all of you? You think like peasants. And that's why it's people like Ken Griffin. Oh man, these people love you. You have no idea how much they love you. You have no idea how much they had. This is why they call you dumb money. This is why. Did you ever ask yourself a question? Did you ever ask yourself this question? Why are there people in this world? I want you to really think about this, like Ken Griffin, right? Who's worth like I don't know what 40 billion or something like that, right? And then why are there people like you who are not even worth 1 million? You got to ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that question. Is it luck? Is it the fact that he's just smarter than you? Why is he worth 40, 50 billion and you're worth maybe a couple of 100,000? Because of the friggin' mindset. It's the mindset. This is what I'm trying to make you understand. You all have the mindset of peasants. He has the mindset of a king. He has the mindset of a king. Okay. And that's the difference. And you know what's funny? He knows all of you have the mindset of peasants. And that's why he's able to use psychological tactics. He knows just what to do. He knows just what to do to play all of you, to F all of you, and he knows who to buy. He knows to use his money for political influence. He does. He's smart, man. He is 100 steps ahead of all of us. He's 100 steps ahead of all of us. And it's like, you know what it is? It's just, this was the reason why I was just thinking about, in all honesty and fairness, selling AMC. Do you want me to tell you the truth? Because I'm dealing with a bunch of idiots. You're a bunch of idiots. And honestly, as far as my YouTube channel is concerned, it's like I'm going to become a major success. It's guaranteed. Let me all just give you a picture. I will be one day a very successful YouTuber and I'm going to make millions of dollars. I'm already making $60,000 a year on YouTube. Listen to me. It's only a matter of time that I start making 200,000 on YouTube, 300,000 on YouTube, 500,000 on YouTube, $1 million on YouTube, $5 million on YouTube, $10 million on. So I'm going to be okay. Look, as of right now, I'm already a millionaire. I'm all right. I'm fine. I'm only going to get richer. That's all that's going to happen. I don't need nobody. See, everybody's got this thing about them. They think I need them. I know you need me. See, this is the thing you don't understand. I don't need you. You need me. I am giving you an opportunity, all of you, okay, to do the following. I am giving you this opportunity, and it's so simple. The opportunity that I'm giving to you. All we have to do is incorporate an entity. Take our AMC shares out of the friggin' platform it's currently in, put it into this entity that will go onto the open market. This will all be done on a legal contract that will be approved by the SEC, that your attorney will approve. Okay. You're not losing any of your shares, nothing. Okay. It's just you're taking it from a platform and putting it into an entity. By doing this, this entity now represents all of us. And what you don't understand is we will have voting power. We can now control things. We could control things. We could go down on March 14th. We could say, guess what, Adam Aaron? We vote no. Our entity votes no to the 10-for-1 reverse stock split. Guess what, Adam Aaron? We want to hire Share Intel. Guess what, Adam Aaron? We want to hire Wes Christian. And what's going to eventually happen is there's going to be a domino effect. Synthetics, phantom shares are going to be exposed. You bring this evidence to Gary Gensler. Next thing you know, MOASS. AMC shoots up to Pluto. AMC goes to Pluto. We all make a friggin' fortune. But unfortunately, the way your mindset, the way all of you think, it's just not going to happen. You want me to tell you what's going to happen with your mindset? Do you want me to tell you what's going to happen with your mindset? Here it is. After March 14th, they're going to take 90% of our shares away from us. That's what's going to happen, okay? Then after they take away 90% of our shares, it's already been confirmed that Terra, from what I've been reading, is already buying puts. They're buying puts, okay, on AMC. Listen to me. They're going to destroy the company. They're going to short it to the oblivion, okay? And that's the end of it. That's all she wrote. So I don't know what to tell all of you. I wish you all the best of luck. I'm not even going to. Pluto was about 25. Pluto was 25 because of all of you. If you expose the synthetics, Pluto would be 25,000. Okay. Brian, look, the problem is that a lot of AMC influencers that you're talking about are not even AMC investors. Let me give you one of them, Lou. Okay. How could I cooperate with a guy like Lou? He doesn't own AMC. He's never owned anything. He doesn't own GTII. He doesn't own a house. He doesn't own nothing. He doesn't own a car. He's a con man. You're asking me to cooperate with someone who stole $73,000 from senior citizens and went to jail. I can't cooperate with people like that, Brian. Who do you want me to cooperate with? The Marine? Okay. The Marine wants the apes to pay him a salary. Listen to me, Brian. The Marine wants the apes to pay him a 6-figure, possibly a 7-figure salary. He wants to anoint himself activist number one. And you want me to cooperate with these people, right? Okay, yeah. You know what the problem is? And I was talking to my wife about this earlier today. You have leaders in this world and you have followers. That's all it is. I would say, unfortunately, 90 to 95% of people are followers. See, I'm reading I'm reading everybody's comments. I'm reading everybody. You want to know what it is? This is the bottom line. You're all, I'm going to say it straight to your faces, okay? You all are in favor of Wall Street being unfair, okay? You're all in favor of Wall Street being corrupt. You're all in favor of Gary Gensler not doing his job. You're all in favor of Ken Griffin remaining in power, getting richer each and every day. You know what all of you want? You just want crumbs. That's it. You're satisfied. You're like, look, Ken Griffin, you go make $100 billion. I just want to make $100. Okay. I just want to make $100. And that's it. That's why most likely the Apefather, he's probably out of AMC. He's probably out. I mean, I'm hoping that this friggin' Mamaluke blackjack is right. I'm hoping that AMC at least goes to $25 a share. I'm not selling now. I'm just hoping it goes to a point where I get all my money back, right? And I get a little bit of a profit. And after that, maybe I'll buy puts. We'll see. After this whole friggin' fiasco goes down with the 10-for-1 reverse stock split, maybe I might go the other way too. Because it's like, you know what it is? I can't fight all of you. It's like you all have this like retarded, like I want to win big. I want the whole bakery, but none of you do. This is the truth. This is what I'm saying. That's why I dropped my idea. You know why I dropped my idea? Because none of you want the full bakery. You just want to basically you just want crumbs. That's it. You just want crumbs. It's a shame because let me tell you at the end of the day, you're never gonna meet somebody like the Apefather again. You're never gonna meet somebody like me again because there's nobody in the world like me. You understand? I was giving all of you an opportunity to take on the most corrupt, powerful people in the world. I was giving you an opportunity to beat Citadel. I was giving you an opportunity to beat Ken Griffin. You understand? I was giving you this opportunity, but you don't want to take it. You want to keep him in power. So that's why, look, I'll do it myself. I'll do it myself. I'm going to focus on my YouTube career. I'm going to keep building up YouTube. I'm going to become very, very successful. And you guys can keep going after the crumbs. Okay. You keep going after the crumbs. I'll go after the millions. Okay. With that said, I'm going to be ending the live stream because I can't even talk to you people anymore. Listen, this live stream is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. This live stream is not legal advice. I am not a lawyer. This whole live stream and everything said was for entertainment purposes only. All of my live streams and all of my videos are for entertainment purposes only. Take care. God bless.